Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Dar es Salaam for today's daily challenge, where no destinations will become circles and bridges require double road tiles. Good morning, Samurai Sam. Hitting us with the Crab Rave. Hulkamat is here as well. Bringing the San Andreas. Trombone Dalek says good morning, Trombone Dalek. Oh, goodness. Oh. The underscore Goog is, at least sometimes, potentially, hopefully, the underscore good. I mean, you'd like to think, wouldn't you? One would hope, is all we can say. So these two reds will come here, this red will come down here. This is all fine and dandy. We have a bunch of square businesses, as, you know, every once in a while. Not on too many occasions, although I will say, last night, the underscore Goog had an underscore good time, because our very good friend Parlor Ghost gave a concert, sang some songs, and what the hell is that sound? Huh, there's a weird sound coming from somewhere. It's probably fine. It sounds like, I don't know, a machine outside maybe? That seems like it. These two go over to here. Sam, it was lovely. It was lovely. Trombone Dalek notes that I, the underscore Goog, am at least intelligent enough not to loop the editor of some shitty magazine in on my shitty awful war plans, which I suppose is true, although it should be noted that I do not at present have any shitty awful war plans, nor do I have the contact information for the generally shitty editor of a bad old magazine which happened to get lucky and stumble upon a big old story. So, you know, these are the things that happen sometimes. That's right. We mentioned the horrors. Everybody take the number down. It has been 0 days since the underscore Goog mentioned the horrors. We are not going to call them the underscore horrors. That would imply branding. Let's take a bridge for all of the, you know, all of the water that definitely plays a part in our city planning here. Well, eventually there's going to be there's a landmass down here to the southeast, right? That comes into play on occasion. These two reds here can swing in, support this business. But yes, Pyro Ghost gave a concert. She sang something on the order of 20 songs. They were all wonderful and beautiful and excellent. And also, I had two healthily filled, moderately okay glasses of wine. So it was a good time. This dark blue road will swing down here, support this from the west. For the most part, we're doing pretty well. Oh, big stretch. Oh, a second big stretch has hit the North Goog. Oh, God. Oh, big stretch. Oh, big stretch. Okay. Oh, that felt good. You got a stretch for free. Nobody had to redeem any Goog bucks for that or nothing. Sam spent a whole bunch of time scouring the map in Time Guesser and still did poorly today, so that's unfortunate. Samurai Sam has redeemed a hydrate. There is, I am reliably informed, water in Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, which satisfies the need for a hydrate, I assume. Alright, what are we gonna do? Probably something stupid. Let's see here. Well, you are gonna run up that way. That'll be fine. These light blues here, why don't we run them down southerly in this manner? And then we'll draw motorway numero uno to do that. It is exceedingly caffeinated. It is not actually providing hydration, but, you know.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Trombone Dalek has offered a bargain, or proposed a bargain. How many pictures of Minerva need to be shared, presumably in the Discord server, for Nora to get a treat without redeeming the Goog Buck reward? Dalek, I will say if you post 3 pictures of your adorable kitty cat Minerva in the Discord server, which have never seen that Discord server before, 3 new, at least to us, pictures of Minerva in the Discord server, and someone verifies, because, yeah, someone verifies that has happened, we will get a treat for Nora. Also, thank you for using the Come to Bargain reward. I think it's cute. More gimmicks, damn it. This is how one becomes famous on Twitch and YouTube and such. Gimmickry. Silly nonsense times. This is the way. Oh, also Mandalorian references. This is the way. I've started watching, well, watching is a heavy term. I've started being provided with clips from The Mandalorian on YouTube Shorts, which, honestly, if I'm gonna watch YouTube Shorts, I might as well just go back to TikTok. TikTok's probably better at it. Still, I literally have not touched TikTok since the day it was almost supposed to die, and then decided, no, let's lick the boot instead. So, Trombone Dalek has posted in the Goofy Shit channel. 1, 2, those are 3 pictures of Minerva. 1 with a furry kitty butt, 1 with the haunted eyes of a devil demon, and 1 that is just so adorable with her eyes closed and her little arms stuck out, and daw. Again, I will say daw. Okay, we will provide a treat for Nora in a moment, but first, we must service-ate this business here. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wreck, murder, and kill, everything. This red here is gonna service this business all by its very own self. These 2 reds are gonna swoop in a thisly manner. They're going to pop down here and then up here to take care of that. And then these 2 reds will swoop and la boop. And the 2 of you will come over here, take care of that. While we're here, this swings down there. So, let us bring in, and Sam, I did see the thing you redeemed. We'll get to it. There is an order of operations here, and it begins with a treat for Nora. The _Goog has redeemed a treat for Nora. Allow me to grab this box of greenies, which back in the 70s or something would have meant I was gonna pop acid. Were greenies acid? I don't know what Golics were, never, let alone greenies. Sports media reference. Anyway, I have some cat treats. I should probably... Hi. Hello. You go down that way. Oh, hi, ugly yellow thing. Not you, Nora. You're a cute orange thing. That's totally different. What on earth are we gonna do about you? It's a good question to which I do not have a satisfactory answer. Let's say that what we will do is run you over here like that. Yeah, that kind of, sort of, almost works a little bit, if you think about it, but not too hard, obviously. For the moment, let's just draw this, and assume that another yellow house will spawn up here in the north. That sounds fine. Hi! Hi! Oh, you're so orange. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, I lifted you. Ow. I lifted you, and then I hip-checked the microphone. Hi. Oh, you're such a kitty. No, don't squirm. Hi. Hello. Take the treat. Oh, there's a kitty. Nora got the treat. Alright. Hi. Nora, give us an adorable squeak. Oh, thank you. Alright, now you never actually want to be held because you don't like me. But, you know, we're going to ignore that part. I could and perhaps should do something with this house right here in terms of servicizing this business, but I feel as though we should note that we have 3 houses up here. So why not swing down in this manner? What's the thing with bridges? Oh, they cost double road tiles. That's fine. I'm good on road tiles. I've got road tiles. Alright, let's take another bridge so as to replace the bridge we just used. Do not yeet the Nora. I mean, okay, fine. That seems a reasonable request. You are a business that exists, which, okay. Not the choice I would have made, but, you know, I'm not the one over here supporting capitalism in 2025. How gauche can you be? This light blue is going to take a magical mystery tour up along here, swing down in that way. Should be fine. Next, these 2 yellows, which definitely exist, will come down here to the southeast and in there. All right. Yes, the Nora may always perform a self-yeet, but one should never optionally yeet one's Nora. This is good, smart, sound logic. Sort of. Let's move motorway number 1 tile to the west, and now these 2 houses will take care of it. Nextishly, we're going to have these 2 dark blue houses swing down here, support this, and then to finalize, these 2 dark blues are going to bust out their bulldozing faces and swing down here, and I'm out of road. But you see the plan, right? You see the plan, and you see its inevitable implementation just as soon as we get these road tiles back. It seems like a reasonable thing. Here. You come here. Give me all of that road, and now the 2 of you swing down here. Samurai Sam has redeemed. Goog recaps the plot of, because sometimes it's funny when I go on rants about saying or trying to remember the plots of various media properties, and he has picked a doozy. Goog recaps the plot of Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker, which is, I'm like 98% sure, the 9th one. And also, hot take, the worst one. Is that actually? No, I'm sorry. I can't stand behind that take. It's a competently produced movie, and that alone puts it above episode 2. Possibly the biggest bag fumble in the Star Wars canon, which is saying something, because they have had a lot of bags, and they've fumbled more of them than you'd think. So, it is Star Wars Episode 9. As you will recall, no doubt, from Episode 8. What happened in Episode 8? Kylo Ren murdered General Snoke, who was the new Emperor, sort of. Kylo and Rey teamed up, had a pretty epic, awesome bitch and boss fight. And by boss fight, I mean bunch of mooks fight in a room somewhere. Is that an important room? It was probably an important room. It was like the Emperor's throne room or something. Kylo and Rey had a sword fight against dudes. They teamed up, but then Kylo was all like, "Join me, Rey, and together we will rule the galaxy as guy and chick." And Rey was like, "But you're evil." And Kylo was like, "Yeah, but..." And Rey was like, "Nah." This red will come down here. We have to interrupt our program to do something about this light blue. I could do something silly and... Actually, yeah, I can do something silly and traffic light based. If we come down here, we can voop that in this manner. Actually, hold on. If you're gonna go that way, let's bulldoze that. Traffic light here, and zoop there. This is kind of silly, but, perfectly cromulent traffic light. Also, I only have one roundabout. If I get another roundabout, I probably want to roundabout these, but effort. Although, speaking of effort, what we can do is swing that now this wise. So you come here and look nice. Hey, how about that? And then, boop, boop, boop. Wait. And you boop like that, and we kill that, and we traffic light. Yeah. Perfect. So at the end of episode 8, Kylo and Luke Skywalker have an epic showdown that it turns out Luke was a Force ghost for, and then Luke fucking dies. And everybody's cool. Sort of. There was a hold-on maneuver. There was an adorable Asian chick who everyone loved and nobody hated, and certainly fans weren't terribly racist about. What are you talking about? And it was we were going into episode 9, and I don't exactly remember what the ensuing conflict going into episode 9 was, but it all begins, as all great Star Wars stories do, in Fortnite. For you see, one day in Fortnite, I swear to God I'm not exaggerating this, one day in Fortnite, there was a rippling crack of thunder and lightning and boosh kaboom and that sort of thing. And the epic cackling voice of Emperor Palpatine was heard across the land of, I must stress this again, Fortnite. And it turns out that Emperor Palpatine, who we all saw get lightning fucked and yeeted down a death hole in Star Wars Episode 3, Return of the Jedi, Episode 6, which was the third Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi. Turns out that he did not die when he was, again, electrocuted and then yeeted down a death hole. No, this is not what happened. Instead, he returned. How, you ask? Somehow! Like, they never say how. He just is back. What has he been doing? Well, we have some idea, based on things we'll reveal later in the movie. But, this isn't actually connected, which is part of the reason why this is falling the fuck apart. Well, that's bad. I don't care for that. Alright. Let's see here. I need to get dark blues over to here. Alright, so this situation is going to be okay just as soon as this catches up. I'm not actually in love with what I'm doing over here either, but, you know, one can only sustain so much doom, I suppose. I don't have a great answer for this, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to implement my bad answer, and my bad answer is we're just going to do this and sort of, we're going to put a traffic light there. It's going to be a PCTL. And eventually this is probably going to... PCTL kind of just works for that, honestly. Speaking of things that kind of just work, this red system doesn't. So, we need more help. And help shall come in the form of red guys. So you will whoop up that away. The three of you will swing down here, and we go over here and voop like that. Great. That means that these three houses now service this business. In turn, means that these two right here can take care of this business, and then that means that this road and this roundabout need not actually exist. They can just come down here. Now, if all of this works together and nothing fucking dies, everything's gonna be okay. Is that the case? I don't know, man. Maybe. Here, let's yoink a couple of reds from up here, send them in a that wise direction. That could theoretically be okay. I'm open to a universe wherein that solves our problems. It would be a nice and good universe. So Emperor Palpatine's back, somehow. This red business is in fact dead, which is a shame. 1,374 commuters over 74 days. Doesn't seem like a tremendous score, TBQH. Top 20%, okay. I was bested by Sam and his independent fervor. Unfortunate. So Emperor Palpatine's back. How did he regain order? or power in the First Order? It's never explained. Don't worry about it. But turns out that you remember General Snoke and how big and scary and impressive he was, and how he was the new emperor because he was basically the same guy, but they put a fancy coat of paint on him and he had a cool robe and there were obvious Donald Trump allegories and he was murdered and killed in the last episode. Well, it turns out there are 85 of him, and Emperor Palpatine just grows them in a vat for yucks, it seems, because at one point we see Emperor Palpatine just walk past a vat of Snokes for yucks. And I don't remember how exactly, but I think Rey's there in like the first scene. And Emperor Palpatine's all like, Rey, you need to be evil with me. And Rey's like, no. And Palpatine says, okay, I'll get you again later. Rah. I could be conflating different events. It's not a good movie. So Palpatine's back somehow. And additionally, the Rebellion, which isn't called the Rebellion, they're called the Resistance? That sounds right. The Resistance is still resistancing against the First Order, which isn't the Empire, but it's the First Order, so whatever. Man, I don't remember the actual, inciting event of Star Wars Episode 9. I remember some things that happen in Star Wars Episode 9, but I don't remember the plot, which is great. It makes for good content. So, they're fighting stormtroopers at some point. Finn and Rose go fuck off to Disney Road Out Its Minority Characters Mountain, which is a thing that happens sometimes. So Finn and Rose go fuck off for the second Star Wars movie in a row. And at one point during the off-fucking, the space pirate played by Oscar Isaac, whose name I forget, Poe Dameron. Poe Dameron and Finn are riding speeders and being chased by stormtroopers, and one of the stormtroopers jetpacks from one speeder to another, which I don't think is a new thing stormtroopers can do, but it's certainly news to Poe Dameron, who says, they fly now? And it's confirmed then that they fly now. So, okay, stormtroopers can fly now. Good to know. So they're fighting stormtroopers and they get away, and eventually Poe finds help from his friend Kerry Russell. And Kerry Russell knew some things about Poe's former life. I don't know. There were a lot of scenes with Kerry Russell that eventually culminated in not much, but she's important. And Kerry Russell says that Poe and Rey and Finn have to go save the galaxy by doing something. And this something involves getting on a shuttle during Rey and Kylo Ren having a big, awesome, epic sword fight. It's one of 8 they have in the series. So Rey and Kylo are having this big, awesome, epic sword fight. And they eventually decide to run because Kylo's winning or whatever. But Rey's really angry about Kylo winning. And as we all know, fear leads to hate, hate leads to the dark side, that sort of thing. It could be place, by the way. It's not, but we did get a green L, so that's nice. That eliminates laser and space as possible options. Unfortunate. So Rey decides to get all mad and I'ma huck lightning with my hands at you, which is typically a bad thing for a person to do, but it's fine. So she gets all mad and hucks lightning at Kylo Ren, but does not in fact hit Kylo Ren. Instead, she hits a shuttle, which we all have been told is carrying Chewbacca. You remember Chewbacca, Han Solo's friend? Han Solo, who died 2 movies ago, and Chewbacca has just kind of been hanging around because, well, he's Chewbacca. You're not going to not have Chewbacca hanging around. Yeah, Rey just murdered him. 5 seconds later, oh, nope, wait. Turns out Rey did not murder Chewbacca. She just thought she did and got sad about it. And then we, the audience, lest we have a thought, lest the audience be scared or nervous or think there may be stakes involved here at all, literally the very next scene, I think, reveals that Chewbacca is not in fact dead. He is instead being held prisoner, which Rey finds out through some plot contrivance, and they go rescue Chewbacca, and it's fun. This is the first of, or one of, I think, 3 gonna kill off a main series character, nope, just wait, it was faking statements that happen over the course of this movie. Also, hey, you remember how in episode 8, The Last Jedi, one of the key points of the movie was that the Force is actually something that permeates the universe and is in everyone, and you don't actually have to be of like an important person's biological lineage in order to have Force powers. And you know how it was cool that it kind of democratized Star Wars and made everyone feel like they could use the Force and be in touch with the universe and make a grand sweeping gesture or something? Yeah, fuck that. Actually, it turns out that Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter. What happened to Rey's parents? Don't bother. Don't ask. They yelled at him and took her away, but then sold her into spice slavery or something. So Rey is Chancellor Palpatine's granddaughter because, we needed that. And Rey and Kylo argue about it for a while, and I don't remember who wins because it's Star Wars Episode 9 and it doesn't matter and it's bad. And eventually... Man, there's a lot of eventually and contrivances happening in this movie, which is true of the movie, but also, I saw this film in theaters, and it was discussed heavily, and yet. The whole Force's genetic thing does not make sense, because the Jedi Knights were forbidden from having families. And yet, Sam! And yet! They always somehow do. So... it could be Cleft, the boy Chin Wonder. It cannot be Cleft, the boy Chin Wonder, because there is a C in Cleft, and there is no C in this word, which, okay. It could be Blang. Now, granted, Blang isn't actually, a word, but it could be slung. It's not going to be slung because there's no. Okay. Well, it could still be slung, aside from the fact that it can't be, so it's not. Okay. Where were we? All right, Chewbacca almost died, except he didn't. So while Palpatine was fucking off and waiting somewhere, turns out he has amassed a massive armada of 30 Imperial Star Destroyers just kind of hanging out, and he intends to use them for something. Also, you remember Hux? Hux, the redheaded fucker? Hux, the redheaded fucker who gave the awesome Hitler-y speech in episode 7 and seemed like he may have been positioned as the new big bad of the series. Yeah, fuck that. Actually, turns out he's a comedic schmuck and an inept doofus who betrays the First Order, not because of newly found principles of justice and goodness or anything, but just because he fucking hates Kylo Ren, actually. So Hux betrays the First Order because he fucking hates Kylo Ren, actually, gets himself fucking murdered, and then Kylo Ren betrays the First Order by refusing to kill Rey or something? I don't remember. Also, the actual cool thing that happens in this movie, you know how Rey and Kylo have been connected through the Force and they've been having these weird visions where they can sort of see and sort of feel and sort of touch each other, and Rey and Kylo will be having one of their mind meld moments, and Rey's off in a marshy swamp getting rained on, and Kylo's on a spaceship, but then Kylo looks at he puts his hand on his cheek and it's wet, that sort of thing, that sort of passing matter across the universe kind of deal. One time they do that with a lightsaber. Kylo Ren has been kidnapped and handcuffed and imprisoned by an organization which the internet would lead me to believe is called the Knights of Ren, which sounds cool. I don't remember if the phrase Knights of Ren ever appears in any Star Wars movie, but the Knights of Ren are tasked with murdering and killing Kylo Ren, who, it should be noted, is handcuffed and disarmed. But Kylo and Rey have one of their special Force mind meld moments, and Rey literally passes Kylo a lightsaber through the magic of the Force or whatever, which, listen, sounds silly and stupid, and it kind of is if you think about it, but it's Star Wars. So things that sound silly and stupid if you think about it is just kind of a thing. Kylo Ren takes this lightsaber that he has been given by Rey, and then murder kills all the Knights of Ren, which is good because he's a good guy now. Oh, by the way, did I mention that Kylo Ren turned face? Kylo Ren turned face. And at the end of the movie, Rey and Palpatine are all like, be evil with me, Rey. And she's like, no, I will torture you. No, I have 7,000 million galactic starships, and they will destroy your friends. No! The whole Return of the Jedi thing. Good God, this Palpatine voice hurts. Ah! Hold on, I have to cough. Much better. Could be elder. Peter S has identified a possible word. It could have been elder. It's a good guess. It could be elbow. Could sort of be elbow. It is in fact elbow. We solved the wordle. I'm so happy. So Palpatine wants Rey to be evil with him, and Rey's like, no. Palpatine has 7,000 million starships, and he's going to unleash them on an unwitting universe or something. I don't know why there's a ticking clock. There's a ticking clock element here that I don't understand. So Poe and Finn and the rest of the Mooks are all trying to stop this fleet of ancient Star Destroyers, which has just been kind of kicking it behind this moon for 30 years. They're, by the way, who's crewing, who's manning, who's operating these ships? Don't ask. I don't think we ever see any of them. Chancellor Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, this guy, something dark side, that guy. He just either has an enormous crew of loyal followers, none of which we ever see, or is piloting the ships with his mind because he's very powerful in the ways of the Force. Either are true. Actually, I think it's literally canon that he herks them out of the ground with the Force. Like, at one point we see that these ships are just buried in muck on some planet, and Palpatine just raises his arms and dramatic music plays, and suddenly they're in space. So he could literally just be piloting these 7,000 million Star Destroyers with his mind, which is impressive. Listen, Palpatine's a big deal, sort of. So Palpatine wants Rey to be evil with him, and Rey's like, no! And Poe and Finn and the rest of the gang are leading a desperate, doomed assault on these people. And just as Poe is like, oh, it's over, we'll never win, it turns out that Star Wars engineered an Avengers Endgame style on your left moment. They basically engineered an on your left moment. Where Kerry Russell and a bunch of friends from Kerry Russell's crew, I think Kerry Russell leads this charge. It could be someone else. It might have been Rose. Kerry Russell and Rose combine to lead this. That's two people, by the way. Kerry Russell and Rose, not Kerry, Russell, and Rose. That would be three people. But Kerry Russell and Rose lead a charge of additional supplementary guys who are like friends we made along the way. It's one of those moments like, in like Fallout 4, the Far Harbor DLC, where if you do everyone's side quest, they all come to help and support you at the end. But if you don't, they tell you to fuck off. Or also, how in Baldur's Gate 3, if you make a lot of friends and amass allies and get people on your side, when it comes time to fight the Absolute, you actually get like mechanical benefit in those final battles. And if you don't, they don't show up and you're fucked. Well, it turns out that we made a lot of friends along the way, and they're all here for the final battle. So Kerry Russell and Rose lead an on your left style supplementary assault of mooks who turn the tide. But, the Emperor is still, I will use lightning powers on you, my own granddaughter. Zap. And Rey's like, no, zap. And they're very sad. But Kylo Ren, who you may recall was force passed a lightsaber and then murderated some Knights of Ren, shows up. He is dying because, well, the Knights of Ren are kind of good at this. But Kylo and Rey are able to take down the Emperor through, I don't remember. Like, I think he poofs into lightning dust or something. So the Emperor poofs into lightning dust, and Kylo and Rey have a kiss for all of the Reylo shippers out there. But then Kylo dies so that Disney can say, ha, we didn't actually make Reylo canon. And then Kylo dies, and Rey's like, huh, well, we won, I guess. She goes back to Tatooine, Rey Skywalker, get this. Rey goes back to Tatooine to bury the lightsabers of Luke and Leia as a final tribute to them, her quasi-Star Wars Force parents. It should be noted at this time that, to my knowledge, Leia Organa never set foot on Tatooine. And, like, she never used a lightsaber. And we only really saw her use the Force at all in, like, one movie where she moved herself with her hand from space into a ship so that she could be in a Star Wars coma for a movie. And then she died in that movie. Yeah, she died in Last Jedi. That sounds right. Yeah, Leia never used a lightsaber and was never on Tatooine. But, Leia went to Tatooine to rescue Han in Return of the Jedi. Okay, fine. You know where she never was? And I guarantee you this is true. She was never at Owen Lars's water farm, or whatever Uncle Owen fucking did. Yeah, no. So Rey goes back to Luke's childhood home, a place, it should be noted, that Luke Skywalker hated and wanted to escape. Like, Luke Skywalker hated this place so much he was willing to join the Empire to get away from it. But, okay, fine. This is where we will bury the lightsaber that symbolically represents my hero and savior and Force guardian guidance guy, Luke Skywalker. Oh, also, there's something about Luke being a Force ghost, like, over the course of the movie, or some, I don't remember. I think Luke shows up at some point. But, so Rey goes back to Tatooine, a place Leia went once and Luke hated, to bury the lightsabers, a weapon that Leia never used and Luke didn't make. She buries the lightsabers as a final passing tribute to Luke and Leia. Okay, fine, whatever. And then some old lady shows up, like just some old lady, and she's like, "Hi, how you doing?" And Rey's like, "No, wait." Rey isn't like, no. Rey actually has agency in this part of the recap. So Rey's like, "Hi, old lady, I'm Rey," and the old lady's like, "Rey, what?" And we wait like 45 seconds. Like, from the perspective of this old lady, this random hot chick is just standing in the middle of the desert, and you're trying to make conversation with her and get to know her, that sort of thing. And the old lady asks the chick what her name is, and she says Rey, and the old lady's like, "Okay, fine, it's Star Wars. That's a perfectly fine name for a person in Star Wars. But, you know, most people in Star Wars have last names. What's your last name?" And then the chick who was just doing something weird in the sand looks at the ruins of this random abandoned farm, looks at the old lady, looks at the dirt, repeats those three motions like 75 times over the course of 100 minutes. An entire feature film passes between the old lady asking, "Rey, what?" and Rey finally mustering the courage, along with some Force ghost nodding from Luke and Leia, to be like, "Rey Skywalker." Because, you know, that matters to the old lady somehow. And then we get credits and we go, Star Wars music and all that. No, wait, we don't go pod racing music. We go da 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 da. It's a bad movie. Which I saw in theaters. And for a very long time, because shortly thereafter there was a pandemic. Shortly thereafter there was an Irish bear from China. A pandemic, and that sort of, I'm Irish, I could get away with this. Irish people, don't be mad at me in comments, although do be mad at me in comments, because that drives engagement, and number going up make brain feel better. So for a very long time, this was the last movie I saw in theaters. I have since seen other movies in theaters. I think at this point, the last movie I saw in theaters was The Fall Guy, which is a perfectly cromulent, fun action movie. Has Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt and Hannah Waddingham. Good for Hannah Waddingham, having made a career for herself thanks to Ted Lasso and then things that aren't Ted Lasso. This has been the Goog recaps the plot of Star Wars: Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. I hope it was everything you expected, because this is pretty much exactly what I thought this bit would devolve into. I just, I hope it was good. Let's play Time Guesser. Hi, Joe. All right. So we got Joe, and we got the presidential seal. So this is when Joe was president, but it should be noted, Joe is like competent and standing and speaking to people. So this has got to be early in the time when Joe was president. And we're in, I don't know, probably Sendai, which seems to be in Japan. So yeah, this feels fairly simple here. We're staying strong about something. What exactly? I don't remember. Did something horrible happen in Japan in 2021? I don't know, probably. It's a biggish country. There's a lot of people there. Horrible shit probably happens every day. Does it rise to the level of the President of the United States showing up and saying we'll stay strong? I don't know, maybe. But anyway, we're in Sendai, in Japan, in 2021. Seems reasonable. Totally fine with that. Here, let's say that you are on the Katahira campus of Tohoku University. Probably butchered at least one of those. And it is 2021. It is a speech following the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. God damn it, time guesser! That was when he was the vice president. Sam looked at it immediately and realized, that man is entirely too competent. This is when he was vice president, which, okay, fine. Next, we have the Monrovia Trading Company. Monrovia is the capital of Liberia. So, if a conspiracy theorist told Sam that Vice President and President Biden were completely different people, he would not immediately think they were crazy. Well, I mean, one of them was the racist conservative old fuck who got stapled to Barack Obama's presidential ticket so as to convince the racist conservative old fucks that they weren't going to let the black guy be all black guy about stuff. And the other became president of the United States. So, good for him, I suppose. Fucking dick. So we're in Monrovia, which is in Liberia. As to the when of this, man, I don't know. We got this car, which is screaming 70s at me. Like it might as well have a, I'm from 1974, just on its bumper sticker. Love, apparently, is life on these cars that were made in 1974. Don't let the black and whitiness of this picture fool you, friends. Look at the car and assume it is 1974. Liberia is like West Coast Africa. It's like here-ish, isn't it? I think Liberia is here-ish or perhaps here-ish. It's definitely here-ish. I'm very confident that it's here-ish, but I think it's like here-ish. It is. I definitely remember that it's coastal. I'm very confident that it's like west coast of Africa. Question, of course, is where? There's Cameroon and Gabon and the Congo and Angola. It's just Congo now, not the Congo. There's Namibia. I've missed Liberia. Got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there you are. Hi. So this is Liberia. This is Monrovia. I know we just said 1974, but actually this feels like 1972. I'm going to be mad if it's 1974. It's 1980. Okay, well, listen, we're in Liberia. It's roughly the 70s, although it's 1980. Fine, whatever. Next, we got a Flughafen off this way and a München off this way. This is supported and sponsored by Lufthansa, which, as I recall, is a German airline. This is, well, at a glance, I was going to say this is a Boy Scout uniform top, but I'm inclined to think that this might not be a Boy Scout, so... All right. What does your bag say, my guy? It says Spiegeline was maleficent. Well, that's rude. I don't know what Spiegeline did for you to call him maleficent, but all right. So we got a bunch of business looking fucks. I don't know, man. So this is the you know what this train is? This is the Flughafen München line. Great. Awesome. So Flughafen's off this way and München's off the other way. It would help a lot if I knew. I think maybe München refers to Munich, which, as I recall, is not in Germany. But, you know, there's a lot of things in Time Guesser that look German and aren't German. So We could be going for another thing that looks German but isn't German. Although, it should be noted that Munich is in fact down here. So Munich is here, which is totally in Germany. Is there a Flughafen in Germany? It certainly sounds like there would be. Certainly seems reasonable to assume that there's a Flughafen in Germany. As to the which and the where and the why of it all, man, fuck, I don't know. Let's zoom in a bunch until we find a train station. Let's just say we're at a train station in Munich. Yeah, we're at a train station in Munich in... Man, I don't know. This looks very, this is very, like, I could see these people wearing these suits in Die Hard, which is a very late 80s movie. Let's just say it's 1987. Sure. So we're in Munich. It's 1987. Yeah? We're in Munich. Flughafen Munich. Flughafen is Munichese for airport. German for airport. Okay. So we're at a train station at the airport. Understandable what with the luggagery of it all. Okay. In 1993, which is basically 1987 if you don't think about it too hard. All right, next, we have a group photo taken at UT18 Crom. Good to know. For Rocco Marsas. Alrighty. What one wonders is Rocco Marsas? That is a question that the world will find out the answer to when the game tells us where we are. As to the where we are of this all, man, I don't fucking know. We got this vaguely maple leaf looking thing, which tells me we could be in Kannada, but also, Rocco Marsas is not in a language that is spoken in Kannada, so, eesh. These guys are having entirely too much fun with their pose, by the way. Also, the fuck is this camera lady doing so damn close? I'm sorry, camera lady. Lady, have you never heard of a zoom lens? You don't have to actually shove the camera up people's noses in order to get an ECU, chick. You can be back. You can be back, say, where the photographer is. You don't have to be all video and up in their grills and whatnots. All right. Man, I have no fucking clue where we are. Do you have a map? Do you by any chance have a map? This might be a map, but I can't fucking read it. All right. Shit. I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. I want to say this is like some form of European. Where's Sunflare? It's a good question. Oh, I'm going to be so wrong. I'm going to be continentally wrong if I say Canada. All right. Let's take a stab at it. We're in actually the mountainous forest of Hungary. We're actually in the mountainous forests of Hungary. Yeah, we're here in the mountainous forests of Hungary, and it is 1979. We were in Lithuania, which, if you think about it, is just a minute and a half away from the mountainous forests of Hungary, in 1987, which is not what I said, but it's fine. Okay. Last one. Hi there, chick. Are we supposed to recognize you? Are you famous? You might be famous. This is very American High School 2003. So my immediate guess is 2003. We've got children on flip phones, which is nice of them. Okay, so you have a Denver Nuggets hoodie. That means we could be in Denver, Colorado. We could also be somewhere else. Your t-shirt just says football. Oh, it says S&B football. Okay. So perhaps we're at the Smith and Barrow High School in Denver, Colorado. Although, as we zoom in here, I'm drawn to... Oh, okay. Colorado University. Cool. So you've got a Colorado University t-shirt. Who would wear a Coca-Cola shirt? Someone who likes the brand aesthetic of specifically Diet Coca-Cola. Who am I to tell a young Alicia Tyler what to wear? Honestly. So we got Denver Nuggets and the University of Colorado. This tells me we're somewhere in Colorado. As to the timing of this, hi, you, chick, you appear to be wearing, well, I was going to say a Vote for Pedro t-shirt, but this doesn't actually say vote because it ends in T. So this is like, also, it looks like we've got some old lettering here. So this is either a ripoff or like a tribute to the Vote for Pedro t-shirts that were promoting the movie Napoleon Dynamite. So as I recall, Napoleon Dynamite came out in like 2003 or 4. So we're going to say about a year has passed since we can still, like, it's still relevant, but you can also parody its marketing campaign now. So we're going to say that we are in a classroom on the campus of Colorado University in 2005. There we go. All right. Now, Colorado University is in Denver. Fine. Where? It's a wonderful question. Do we have an answer for that? Fuck no. We have the airport. But beyond that, I don't effing know. It could be in Boulder, actually. I think Colorado University's in Boulder. Hey, the University of Colorado at Boulder. It's in Boulder. Neato. All right, so we're not in the administrative center. We're probably not at the UPS store. We're not in a parking lot. Okay, let's say we're in Willard Hall. This looks like it could be classroomy. So we're in a classroom in Willard Hall, although that could just be like a performance space or it could be a dorm or something. I don't know, man. Point is, we're here at the University of Colorado at Boulder in 2005. That all seems reasonable, doesn't it? We were, in fact, in Calhan, Colorado, which is a high school classroom, in 2008. Okay, fine, whatever. 37,465, it sure is a score. Oh, hey, I've had the Don't Tell Me the Wordle answer rules up this whole time. Oops. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Dodgers, Atlantans, and Rays, and Mariners, and Dudes What won Rookie of the Year, our favorite fucking award, and Dudes What had a 10-plus pitching win season. Okay. A dude who had a 10-plus win season and was Rookie of the Year is Paul Skeens? Maybe? I don't think he won 10 games because I think the Pirates are bad. So it's probably not actually Paul Skeens. Dude who played for the Dodgers and the Mariners, not the Mariners, the Rays, is Manny Ramirez. He played for both of those teams. I said he played for both of... Guys, Manram played for... There you go. Thank you. Played for both of those teams. The dude who played for the Atlantans and the Rays is Kelly Johnson. Dude who played for the Atlantans and the Mariners is Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe played for the Atlantans and the Mariners. Did you know? Dude who played for the Atlantans and won Rookie of the Year is, man, I don't fucking know. Andrew Jones, maybe? Andrew Jones conceivably, possibly could have won. He didn't. Chipper Jones, maybe? Chipper Jones conceivably, possibly could have won Rookie of the... Fred McGriff, maybe? Fred McGriff could conceive... He didn't win it for the Atlantans, but maybe he won Rookie of the... John Smoltz, maybe? John Smoltz played for the Atlantans, and he was good as a... Henry Aaron, maybe? Hank Aaron played for the Atlantans, among other teams, and he was good at baseball and such, including it. Craig Kimbrell, maybe? Craig Kimbrell played for the Atlantans, and he was good, and he was a fireballer, and he was the heir apparent to Mark Wohlers, and I got one, finally. Craig Kimbrell won the fucking Rookie of the Year award. I fucking hate you, the Rookie of the Year award. You suck and are stupid and dumb. This, of course, has been an episode of Good Morning Mini Motorways. I will be back tomorrow morning, work and life schedules allowing, for another edition of Gimmimimim. Until then, thank you all very much for being here. Goodbye.